Basketball has been around for a long time. We've watched it, we've lived it. We're all pretty much familiar with the lifestyle. But with Rimpage, it's different. The lifestyle of a Rimpage athlete is different. We wanted to create a docuseries that would showcase the lifestyle of a Rimpage athlete. So we created a post, we took 16 slides, and we showed all of this stuff that Ashton has accomplished as a Rimpage athlete. All of that is the glory. But what we wanted to do was show you how he did it, because that's the story. When you become a Rimpage athlete, you're not just playing games anymore. A lot of players see themselves as a hooper. With Rimpage, you have to become a hunter. Players walk into Rimpage, they come in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, they've done nothing. They haven't played a single match. And it's like, what are you waiting for? I guess they're waiting for someone to give them the schedule. That's not how it works here. What these players need is not a new skill set. They need a new mentality. They need to understand how it works over here. There's this story about the lion at the zoo who meets the lion from the wild. So you have this lion who's at the zoo and he gets fed on schedule. They bring him his food. They decide his portions. They decide how much he eats. They decide when he eats. They decide what he eats. But then one day this lion meets the lion from the wild and they start talking, and the lion from the zoo explains his meal schedule, and the lion from the wild panics and he's like, but what if you want more to eat? What if you want something different to eat? Or what if it's not mealtime, but you want it now? He says, I could never live like that. And then the lion from the zoo says, well, tell me what it's like in the wild. And the lion from the wild says, well, for me, it's really simple. If I want something to eat, I go get it. And if I want more, I go get it. And if I want something different, I go get it. And the lion from the zoo says, wait a minute. When you say you go get it, what do you mean by that? And the lion from the wild says, I mean, I chase it, I fight it, I grab it, I tear it, and I drag it home, and then I eat. And the lion from the zoo panics and he says, you mean you have to chase and fight your food? And if you don't catch anything, you don't eat? I can never live like that. I would starve. And the lion from the wild walks up real close to the lion in the zoo. And he starts walking around him. And he's sniffing and he's breathing heavily. And the lion from the zoo is like, what are you doing? You're making me feel uncomfortable. And the lion in the wild walks around him, and he's like right up in his face. And he looks at him in his eyes and he says, what are these? And he's pointing to his claws. And these, and he's pointing to his big, powerful legs. And these, and he's pointing to his sharp teeth. And he says, you were made to hunt. Your design reveals your purpose. And that's what Rimpage is. It's a return to the wild. It's a return to what you were made for. We were designed to hunt. But players come in and they're used to playing only when the coach tells them to. They play only when the schedule tells them to. As a Rimpage player, you play because you want something. You play because you're hungry. See, conventional players will wake up and they look at the schedule and the schedule says no matches today. And so they're like, okay, no matches today. As a Rimpage player, you wake up in the morning and you ask, what do I want today? Because everything you could want from basketball, whether it's fame or fortune or respect or rankings or milestone victories or legacy, all of it comes from one thing: winning. And so the number one most important activity of a Rimpage athlete is hunting, finding, challenging, and beating the other players in your city. So you're on the prowl. Why do lions hang around the water holes? Because that's where the food is. Why do Rimpage athletes hang around gyms? Because that's where the food is. That's why we give big respect to the guy who walks into the gym. And you can always tell the Rimpage athletes. The Rimpage athlete is the guy who walks in the gym with a tripod or with a crew. He comes in with his shoes and his ball, and right next to him, he's got his girl, and she's holding the camera and the tripod. You know, this guy isn't here to play games. This guy's here to take something. When a Rimpage player walks into the gym, he's pointing out players. I want you and you and you. And he's so confident that he's going to win, he brought someone to film it. That camera, that tripod, that's not vanity. That's for documentation. That's the war log. That's where he's going to log his victories. Rimpage players film their matches because those are receipts. That's the proof of conquests. And that's the lifestyle of a Rimpage athlete. These guys walk into gyms with tripods. They want to film it. They want to call you out, challenge you, beat you, and get it on film, and then move on to the next player. See, you came to hoop. He came to conquer. And that's the difference. It's about discipline, desire, and dominance. So when you watch this docuseries and you see these athletes, you're not just going to see highlights. You're going to see hunger. You're not just going to see games. You're going to see the grind. You're not just going to see a lion roar. You're going to see the lion hunt. Because in the zoo, the lion survives. In the wild, the lion wins. This is Rimpage.